Okay, hi, my name is Katie Elliott. I was in the group with Joseph and Ashley Evans, and our pitch project was called Sucked In. So this is an animated docu-series that is loosely based on a cult that took place in the 70s called Heaven's Gate. I'm not sure if you know about it, but a little brief history that I'll give is basically this whole group of people came together to start this cult, and they ultimately believed that there were aliens up in the sky and they were like behind the moon, or like the UFO was behind the moon, and when they all committed suicide they would go up and get sucked in and like become aliens. I guess it's kind of unclear, but it's just bizarre. And so we titled ours Sucked In, and it's kind of like a double play on words because the alien, or like the people, get sucked in, but then the audience also gets sucked in because we're hoping it's a really successful series. So yeah, it is currently a limited series, but hoping to continue on. Oh, wrong way. So I just want to touch base and give us a little list of the table of contents of what you can expect to see during this presentation. So first off, the premise. So Ashley is going to tell us a little bit about the plot, as well as I think also go into more depth about Heaven's Gate and the history that holds. She's then also going to talk about the structure of the storytelling structure, so how it's going to play out over the episodes. And then she also went ahead and drew up and like graphic designed us a cover image for what is going to go on the Netflix homepage. So when you see all the titles, the little thumbnail square, the cover image that she drew is a UFO and a little guy getting sucked in, and I think it's really cool, and you'll see it shortly. And then I'm also going to talk to y'all about the characters and give y'all a little overview about their role in this series. And then Joseph is going to talk about the target audience, and then also he designed a website that he will show you at the end. I keep going the wrong way. So I think they covered all of this. There's the really cool graphic again. Okay, and then the characters. So when we were brainstorming different characters, we were trying to think of people that are funny or that have played funny parts in entertainment. So I feel like a lot of us know some of these familiar faces to be people that have played parts in shows or movies, or like my favorite of this list is Kevin Hart because he's a really funny comedian. And so it's kind of misleading because you won't actually see them in the series because it is an animation, and so it'll all be voiced over. But I feel like audience members can still get a read on someone based on their voice and kind of attach them to like, oh, I remember this was like, that sounds like Kevin Hart's voice, or that sounds like Seth Rogen's voice, like things like that. And so starting out over here, we have Kevin Smith, who is voiced by Kevin Hart. We decided to keep the Kevin name, it just kind of fit. We just thought it fit the character. And so Kevin is the one that goes into the cult because his buddy convinced him, and he's really skeptical about it. He's like, this isn't a real thing, like this is so dumb, like this alien club, what is this? And so he eventually gets gaslit into believing like, oh, this is a real, like maybe they're onto something, and then he eventually joins and is a part of the cult. And so his best friend actually is Jimmy Anderson, who is voiced by Jesse Eisenberg. And so he's the one that convinces Kevin like, hey, you should come into my cult, or not my cult, but like this cult that I'm a part of, like it's really cool. And again, Kevin's super skeptical, but he's like, oh, okay, my buddy wants me to go, so I'm gonna go. And then what's TV without a love interest? Of course, we needed to get Lucy May, voiced by Anya Taylor-Joy, on here. You may know her from Queen's Gambit, so maybe like not so much of a funny role as much as these other guys, but still like she has a nice voice, and so we were like, okay, we'll throw her in. So in addition to Jimmy, I think Kevin is also convinced to stay because of Lucy May, because there's a love interest, and he's gonna stay where a pretty girl is. And then of course we have the cult leader, Tom Brown, who is voiced by Seth Rogen. And so I think we decided that he's not actually going to be a character, but he's going to be more of like the voice in the sky, like talking over them, or kind of like a narrator, which I think is a really cool concept. And I think my group went over the rest of it. There's the website stuff. So yeah, that's the end. Thank you.